What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Baseball Daily. I know it's been a while, been winter break and all that. Christmas has been and gone, but we're starting the new year. And one guy hasn't signed yet, and another guy still hasn't signed yet. That's another big guy that we'll talk about in another video. But Manny Machado, this guy said he's going to announce where he's going to be in January. It's January now. He said it was going to be early, so still hasn't made any decisions yet. So let's talk about where he's going to go and what his contract might look like. So let's get into it. It's a well-known fact that Manny Machado wants to have a long-term deal. He wants something, 7+ years, $200 million plus for sure. That's what he's looking for. That's what his agent wants to get him. That's why they've been waiting a little bit longer than probably than he said he was going to announce. Because he was going to announce right at the beginning of January. Is what he told everybody. So it looking like things are happening. We all know the team that is in the lead for him. And everybody knows that team already. But he's looking to get that long-term deal. I don't know if he will. That's my thing. I don't know if he will. I think most teams are going to give him something like 5 years. But the 7-year plus kind of scares me for him. But I expect him to make $30 million a year. I mean, I think he's good enough. The question is, what other teams are thinking. But I think he's good enough to be paid $30 million a year. He's got to be able to do it in the postseason. He showed he can do it a little bit, but with the Dodgers. But we'll see what happens. It's a big thing to throw a lot of money out there like that on one guy. The Yankees still have the money to do that. A bunch of teams right now do actually have the money to do that. So, there's a bunch of suitors for him, and we'll get into that a little bit later. But, that contract is going to be his biggest hurdle in what he's going to be offered. I'm thinking about 5 years. 5 years is what he's going to get, $150 million a year. If he gets $150 million, that's $30 million a year. So we'll see how it goes. I think that he will get 5 for sure. That's my guess. But the thing is, do you guys think he's overrated? Do you think he's going to get paid too much, or do you think he's not getting enough? Do you think he's like a superstar? And then you guys really want him on your team? Like, what sort of contract would you guys give him? Let me know in the comments below. I'd really like to know that sort of stuff. Whatever questions you got about him too, let's talk about it. But 5 years I think is what we're going to get, and what he will probably get. And that's a good contract. If he gets $150 million, that's $30 million a year. That's crazy. That's a lot of money, and I'd be happy with that if I was him. So we'll see how it goes. But we'll move on and let's talk about the other teams that are interested in him. All right, so we all know the team that he's really heavily linked to, and that's the Yankees. Everybody knows that. That's what his camp's saying that he wants to go to. That's where everybody believes that he's going to end up. But let's talk about some other teams that might have a shot at getting him. And might surprise some people. So let's do it. All right. So like I said, the Yankees are the #1 guy for them. That's his place. But I think he's got 2 other options, and that'd be the Phillies and the White Sox. White Sox really aren't on his radar. Smaller market, but they do have a lot of money to spend right now. It looks like so. And they want to cash out. They're making some moves as well. But I think the Phillies might be a little better option for him. He would be the guy for the Phillies. That's the thing. That he would be the guy there. And that might appeal to him. With the Yankees, he's got a bunch of other guys that are there that are making a lot of money too. Stanton, all those sort of guys, and Judge. Like, I know Judge isn't making that much money, but he's got 2 guys right there that are ahead of him in the lineup probably. But with the Phillies, they do have some boppers. Rhys Hoskins, a really good player. But the Phillies, he would be the guy there, and that could be a really big thing for him. He might want to take on some, put that backpack on and let's try and go win a World Series. And that's what the Phillies are looking to do next year. Honestly, it's crazy that they're making so many moves. They got Robertson from the Yankees the other day, which is a huge move for their bullpen. So they're trying to win. And they're trying to win right now. They had a really good year last year, surprisingly. And the Phillies kind of went under the radar for most people in the bigs. It was pretty much one of the underrated teams, and they did big things with their new coach. So he looks like he could be the guy there if he wanted to go there, and they certainly have the money to give to him. So that'd be interesting to see where he's going. You know, the Yankees, like I said, are everybody's favorites pick for him to go to, but the Phillies are my pick, man. I mean, honestly, he would fit well with the Phillies. He'd fit right in the middle of that lineup. You know, he would be the guy. He could play shortstop there. Probably. You know, it's one of those things. He could be their everyday shortstop. Where at the Yankees, that's kind of iffy. You know, they'll probably move him to third. You know, once Didi Gregorius comes back, that, you know, they just signed Tulowitzki to a league minimum, so you know they got some options there. And I know that Tulowitzki isn't really that big of a deal, but like, if he's healthy, he's a stud. He's a stud. So you know, Machado needs to take those things into consideration, what his long-term goal is. But I believe, in my opinion, the Phillies would probably be his best bet. Honestly, that would be the way to go. They're loading up their team. You know, they're ready to go and ready to win now. So that's a big thing for the Phillies organization, and you know, they're doing a really good job. And you know, their new coach is killed it last year, first year as a head coach, and you know, he did the job and he got it done. You know, and expect big things from the Phillies next year too. So I think if Machado does sign with them, it's going to be mind blown for a lot of people, but it'll be probably a big move for everybody in the NL East, just because he brings that you know, mentality that he wants to win, and he's proven that. You know, it can be a little bit of a space cadet sometimes when he's doing certain things like running, taking out guys at second base and stuff like that. He kind of forgets what he's doing, but like, you know, he's a stud. He's a stud. He's going to get that $30 million a year. And I know that's what he wants, and that's what his agent is pretty much going to get him. So, you know, let me know where he's going to end up, guys. Tell me what contract you'll give him and what team he's going to go to. Let me know in the comments below. That way we can have a discussion on there. DM me on Instagram if you got any other questions about stuff like that. That way I can feature you guys on videos. I want to have all that sort of communication with you guys. I do this for fun. I want to, you know, communicate with everybody in the baseball community. So let me know what you guys like, what team you guys support. But yeah, thanks for checking out the video. Really appreciate it. And let's see where Manny Machado signs. Let's see what happens. And I look forward to hoping you guys check out the next video. Thanks.